My name is Hanneke and I would like to talk about our journey, which was actually my honeymoon in Israel, from close to what is the Golan Heights in Tiberias to all the way down to Masada. And the reason we were in Israel was let me just track back a little bit. We grew up in the Netherlands, and I always thought that growing up Jewish in the Netherlands, I was born actually in the middle of World War II, and the number of Jews left over in the Netherlands were minimal, and I was always the, one or two Jewish children in the class, and I was very conscious of that, and I used to think very naively and very utopian like that living in a Jewish country would just be the most wonderful thing in the world. So, and I met my husband Ed while we were in college, and we wanted to go to Israel together. And in those days, at least not when you were a nice Jewish girl, you didn't go with your boyfriend to Israel. So we decided we were going to get married before, since we were planning to do that anyway. So there would be no objection from our parents. So, which is what happened. So we went, and since we were still in school and we had this nice vacation, but we didn't have much money, so we decided to do it not the touristy way, and started out in the kibbutz in Amiyat, which is near Tiberias, but it was right on top of us was the Golan Heights. And the Golan Heights at the time, this was in 1963, belonged to Syria. So it was actually a rather dangerous place because there were always shots running, coming down and raining. And it was very dangerous because Syria was right on top of us, and they could do whatever they wanted, and they did. So there were always alarms, and there were lots of, what were those places where we had to go to the house? Shelters, yeah. There were lots of shelters, and were always warnings, so you had to run to the shelters, and people lived that way. So we stayed in the kibbutz, learned about kibbutz.